Hey everyone, it's Wolfram here, and I am doing a video about PvP. It's something that is a big part of the game, and I really enjoy it. I'm not perhaps that good at it, but that's okay. I've shown you my dram fitting, which I'll leave a link below, and the dram, which I've done a lot on. A great ship to fly around with solo. And in part, PvP has changed quite a lot as things have changed in the game. Solo PvP is becoming more and more difficult, and I've really enjoyed a bit of solo PvP. But really, what this video is about is my PvP losses, because I think it's important for us to talk about not just the fact that look at these great kills that we've got, these big numbers, but also the fact is you're not going to win every fight. You're going to do perhaps everything you could have done, and you're going to end up losing because partly it's RNG, partly it's going to be bad decision making, and I'm going to show you some of those because I've suffered some pretty big losses in the last couple of days over Christmas from some mistakes, and I'm going to talk through them, and hopefully I can learn and you can learn from them. The first I'm showing you is my Executioner Interceptor. I fly this. I actually have small missile skills, small laser skills, and small cannon skills. For the cannons, I fly the dram. This is my PvP character. He's heavily skilled into frigates, so the skills actually are pretty good for frigates. This is the Executioner 2. I like the idea of the Executioner 2 because I could slightly kite out of warp disruptor scram range, whilst having really good range on my scrams. For it, I think his disruptor range is 30 kilometers. Scram range is a little bit over 15. The web's a bit less at 14, and the weapons, pulse these are beam lasers. I've got fitted to it, but even with all that, all the best intentions, it goes pretty horribly wrong, which I'm going to talk through now. On this, so what I'm doing is I'm hunting between anomalies and belts, and I am looking for any targets I think I can take on. And I'm just going to skip through a bit. So as I'm warping into the this belt, frigates and retrievers are a bit of a push anyway. I've done pretty well in the dram, but the dram's got really high DPS. It's still got pretty good DPS. As you see, I come in, drones are out, there's a retriever and a venture. I go for the retriever, so pretty much land right on top of it. I get pretty good DPS, but he nukes me. One of the two nukes me immediately and has a disruptor on me, which is I should have reacted immediately at that point, and I didn't. You can see what happens. I can do some damage to the retriever. So at first I think, well, I can take him down, and then the drones engage me, and so I decided to change targets so I can eliminate drones. But in fact, what they're really doing, of course, is holding on. The problem is, as they completely muted me out, and I'm in an executioner, A, my weapons need capacitor, and B, so does my micro warp drive afterburner, so I can't keep the speed up. And you can see there I'm down to just below 300 meters per second, so I'm not far from doomed. I take out a couple of the drones, but they are tearing through me. At this point I'm trying to get away, and I make my usual, and this is my number one error in PvP, I make all the time, which is I keep on forgetting to turn off auto orbit between the different things I'm doing. And so I'm trying to get away, and of course it's immediately auto orbiting back into the battle, which doesn't know, I don't think I would have changed matters here actually. So I realised that, switch it off. But it's too late. But there's nothing to be done here. I might just be able to get out of range, but actually the Venture's got pretty decent speed and keeps up with me. I'm keeping to try and take the drones down, see if I can do something about it. I've got a bit of cap back. Every day I just try, as you see, I try to get the micro warp drive on, but getting used again. They've got an executioner in. Well, it's painful to watch again, isn't it? But you know, that's the reality. There's the reality of solo PvP. You don't fly what you can't afford to lose. And I've lost my fair share of ships because that's part of the game. You're going to get into battles. You can't win. You try and stack the odds in your favour. Perhaps I shouldn't have gone for retriever. Perhaps I should have gone straight for the venture. I don't know. There you go, that's my mistake. And it's done. It was a good game by them. I'm not. It was well defended. I'm not above saying it in local. So anyway, that's the yeah, that's the loss of the executioner, and that's kill mode. You can see there the retriever did most of the damage with the drones. Decent sized loss. My mistake. There we go. Let's get on to the next one. So later on, as a treat, I decided to take out my Cinnable for a bit of solo PvP. Not something I do often, something I do occasionally, and it's a great ship for it. I mean, you've got fantastic warp speed, you can bounce around celestials. It really is a struggle to chase it. For most defensive fleets, it is tanky, it is got high DPS, it is also super valuable. So of course everyone wants it, so when I jump in, but we'll see. This is the difference. With a Cinnable I can jump into a large fleet of retrievers and I am not worried, because I can tank their drone damage without a problem. In fact, in this one, target the mammoth, and you'll see it hasn't got great scram range, so I'm spamming the scram to try and get locked on, and of course I end up turning it off by accident, as I always do. The only difference well, firstly on this one I only swapped in a large Newt and a scram, and I run a very tanky Cinnable. In fact, I'd probably lose a bit of the tank if I were to do this again. I'm not sure I'm going to do it in a rush, because it's stressful. Anyway, that's the mammoth down, and I should have potentially stayed, but I was bearing in mind they might call in someone else. And this is the kill mail for mammoth. Not a huge one, but there we go. That was that one. And I want to be clear, I don't criticise people, and I'm not bigging out the kills, because I wanted to start off with the execution of 2 to show you that I do lose ships. You know, things happen. Here I'm called out in local, so I'm already aware that people know I'm here. I know people are here, so I'm going to go on a hunt anyway. And the reality is, these fights aren't fair. PvP is not fair. You pick fights that you're going to win, and you probably hedge your bets and run away from fights you're not. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes you take a fight that you think is equal. Of course, my Cinnable against Retriever, I can't lock because he's cloaking. Now this is a mistake. I don't like the Retriever tactic of cloaking, because look, they drop cargo. There's a jettisoning inexpensive ore, but if you're going to do that with a cloaky ship, you've got to bear in mind, if I come within 2k of you, I can uncloak you, and you're dropping stuff just where I can use as an anchor to orbit around. And so I orbit at 2k around it. Well, actually I orbit at 2k around the asteroid first, because I know you're somewhere near that, even if you're trying to burn away from it with the cloak. And I got lucky and I unlock him, and there's nothing to be done. A frig, yeah. I mean, my Retriever fit now is super tanky. A Condor 2 tried to take me down, and it couldn't. Succubus tried to take me down. It really didn't do very much at all. It gave me plenty of time, 30 seconds plus, to call for help. But against the cruiser Cinnable, which is putting out 880 DPS, yeah. So, you know, it's not a fair fight. It is a bit of ganking, but that's what nullsec's about. And it really is about trying to get engaged response to see if I can take a bit of a fight with people. Anyway, so that's that one down. lesson to be learned about retrievers and cloaking and things. As I said, I don't cloak retrievers because of this. I go for a very, very tanky retriever fit, which I can at some point go through and show you. I do have a video on strip mining, but I've changed my fit significantly. But it is very sort of dependent on location and support. And so I end up getting chased out of system, rightly so, and under some significant pressure. So I use a mix of warp-ins, safe logs, bouncing to celestials, bouncing to gates, because I've got no support. I'm miles away from my corp and alliance. And that's fine. And that's the beauty of the Cinnable. And so it is good fun being chased around the system, engaging with people. They almost had me, and I'll just show you very quickly. Unfortunately, I didn't get footage of this. These coercer engaged me at a celestial, put me in a bubble, but I managed to catch him and take him out, and I genuinely thought I was done for, because I thought his fleet were going to warp in on me, but I think they were a system behind, so they were still catching up, so I had just enough time, got out and safe logged. Anyway, so I mean, effectively I managed to get out of that, but I did lose the Cinnable, and I'll get onto that now. And so I got the basically I was coming back, and basically on my home system I jumped in and there was a gate camp, and it was a dram and this thorax. So I got the thorax down, and the dram got away from me, which don't really surprise me. They're fast moving ships. I fleeted up with some corp mates, and we jumped back to try and clear whatever was left of the gate camp. And that was a huge mistake, because I got the dram kill. We tried to take it, and it ended up there being a vigilant there. I haven't got any footage, I'm really sorry. Got the dram kill, tried to get a vigilant down, and then a vindicator dropped in a tornado, and plenty of others. So it was nicely baited. It was a nice trap, and they pretty much annihilated my Cinnable. So that cost a pretty penny, 2.8 billion lost. So I have spent the last day or so rebuilding. So I researched myself a new blueprint, and I built myself a new Cinnable, but it's cheaper for me to research it and build it. The debris price is insane. Blueprint price is insane, so I've re-equipped it. So that means the old Rattlesnake fund has taken a massive hit. I'll put the figure now here for the Rattlesnake fund as it is. But anyway, so that recaps a sort of day of PvP littered with my mistakes and disasters. I don't think it works out even. I think I definitely came out the loser out of all that, but it was good fun, and that's what the game's about, really. Anyway, turning to the other thing I was going to do, I'm going to do a giveaway. So following my last video, it was I had so much support. I smashed through 100 subscribers to the 128 at the time of making this, so I'm really grateful for everyone's support. What I'm going to do is a giveaway for my subscribers of an interceptor of your choice. So it's T8 interceptor. You can have a Condor interceptor, Atron interceptor, Executioner interceptor, or a Slasher interceptor. I don't really mind. I'm going to keep this giveaway open for until the 3rd of January at midnight UTC, and then I'll do a random select of the comments. So all you have to be is, it's for a subscriber, and you leave a comment on this video, and it'll be randomly chosen winner, and I'll contact you and let you know you've won. So yeah, leave a comment in respect of that. That's what I'm going to do. Really thank you all for the support. And keep an eye out, because the next video I'm going to do is on how I make ISK using a alt who sits in Jita and basically reprocesses and makes some decent ISK. It funds a lot of my mistakes in the game. So if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and yep, like, subscribe, and enter the competition. And I'll let you know after the 3rd of Jan.